So let's talk about the playbook on how introverts can take control and learn to sell. How can we take these strengths, our attributes, our introversion, and use it as a strength? Here's what we're going to do, and here's what we're going to learn about in this course. So we understand that people are generally uncomfortable with selling, and that's primarily because people have these misconceptions about selling. So that's what we talked about first. What is selling? How are the ways you can sell? It's not all about trying to get rich quick, trying to sell things and services to people. It's ideas, it's networking, it's building relationships. So we start with that foundation, and we're going to leverage off of that. We're going to flip the script, and we're going to not focus on the weaknesses. We're going to focus on the strengths, and then we're going to learn how to leverage them. That is going to be how we win, right? If you try and play someone else's game by someone else's rules, you're just setting yourself up to fail. But if you step back, right, you reverse the script, you're saying, here's what we do really well. Sales doesn't have to be X. Why isn't it Y? Why aren't we doing it this way? Why aren't we looking at that? Why aren't we talking about this? That's what we're going to do in this course. We're going to figure out how we can rethink sales and how we can learn to be comfortable talking to others, building relationships, and yes, selling products and services if that's what you're into. But overall, this course is going to help you dramatically increase your confidence, increase your knowledge about all these different frameworks and methodologies and tactics you can use each and every day, really no matter who you are and what you do. Another key element of this course that we're going to introduce here and continue to emphasize is that we're going to need to develop self-awareness. Sales doesn't come natural to introverts. That's what I think is a pretty fair given. So we're going to have to learn, we're going to have to practice, we're going to have to study, and we're going to have to understand, what's our baseline? How are we performing now? What are our weaknesses? Where do we want to improve? How are we going to improve? So for introverts, things might take a little bit longer, especially in this area where we're not naturally inclined. But if we are going to really treat this like we treat everything else, right? We're going to overthink it. We're going to analyze. We're going to be introspective. That's how we're going to knock this thing out of the park. We're going to think about our self-awareness, what's working, what isn't, how are we going to fix it? And by developing this growth mindset, we're going to be able to really leverage our strengths and turn them into a sales success. And before we jump into myths, just one final reminder, we need to stop fearing sales. It's not something that we should avoid, we can avoid. It's part of life. You're talking to people, you're sharing ideas, you're influencing, and we're going to learn how we can just completely take control of this and to sell on our own terms as introverts. Okay, that's enough of an introduction, I think. I think we're ready to jump right into the sales myths, and then we're going to describe and talk about what they are, what they mean, and how we can get around them.